Talking fishing, nothing but fishing for talking fishing. If it's facts about fishing that you want to know, then tune in, folks, cause this is the show. We'll show you all the right bait to use, so sit right back, you got nothing to lose. Doesn't really matter if it's trout or carp, flathead, marlin or a gummy shark. Listen to the guys and you can't go wrong. They'll be talking about fishing till the cows come home. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
And welcome everyone to Talking Fishing. Another big week coming your way tonight. Nikki Duckstein, Adam Ring in the studio for our second last show of the season.
Yeah, it's come around quick.
It's gone very quick.
Do you know why we end around now? Everyone's at home going, oh, what? You know, why do we end? Because the weather turns to crap.
It gets winter. And
Is it?
gets
Are we right on cue?
Pretty much. Well,
exactly,
yeah,
to a
if it's
day.
evening by tonight.
Well, I think Sunday night the rain started and Monday just so many people packed up from their Easter holiday in the rain.
Yep.
Hit the roads in the rain and...
and it didn't stop today either.
No.
Bit going on.
There's a bit going on. I don't know about you two, but the fish didn't bite for me on the weekend either. I was out I did Friday and Saturday on the bay and very tough. No flow, no go.
Yeah, I did all right on the squid on the Saturday up around Frankston, but it wasn't going nuts. We had to really put in some time to find them, but we'd come across those little patches where they'd go okay.
I want to talk to you about squid tonight because Frankston, how big were they?
They were small.
Yep. Off Portsea where I fished, they were average. I mean, you know, tubes of 25 to 25.
Yeah, we got a couple about that size,
realistic.
but they were mainly small.
Yeah.
You
go over to Western Port, Amy Day and Jerry Mawson.
Yeah.
And you're going to see some in Catch of the Week as
were
well.
big.
Monsters.
Yep.
Why is it that these big calamari turn up in Western Port, but not? Well, I don't know of anywhere else in Port Phillip that turned up. But certainly on the Tyre Bank, they're monsters. It's just a patch that's turned up. We couldn't get all the photos to air, but Flinders Pier, big ones there as well. So
there's always big bottles there at Flinders though. Pretty common. But yeah, I don't know. What is it about Port Phillip that, I don't know. I got a 30 centimetre hood, so I was happy with that at St Leonard's. So
yeah.
But it's slower.
But I think they're like 49, 50, 50.
Yeah, they're bigger.
You know, so
pushing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, gotta love it. And of course, you know, with the weather turning, yes, you got to rug up a little bit more, but the water temperature is still a very healthy 18 degrees.
Yeah.
You know, so
which means there's still some good fishing to hang around.
I'll tell you what, you're going to see some in a minute because we've got quite a few people sent their photos in. Folks, let's have a look at what's been caught by the people at home. It's time for Catch of the Week.
Catch of the Week, brought to you by Shimano.
All right, let's kick it off. Gentle Annie. It's a funny name for a little channel.
It is.
Gentle Annie. Who came up with these names? But Richard English. Have a look at this. A lovely gummy shark out of Gentle Annie.
It's a good one.
It's a good-looking fish, isn't
Some few good gummies I saw pop up over the course of the weekend, but that's a real good one.
Well done, Richard. All right, the big calamari on Tyre Bank. Tyler Hodgkin got into some... That was actually on Thursday.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a real good one.
That is a cracking fish.
Yeah.
Quite a few people on Tyre Bank over the next 4 days after
Well,
that.
it's definitely picked up massively in the last week.
The next one, I'll tell you what, I'm jealous of this. Craig Griffiths got a cuttlefish from the Western Entrance. Now, Craig's email said, I've got a cuttlefish Western Entrance in Western Port, caught in 27 metres of water on his gummy rig.
Wow.
You'd be happy with that,
Yeah,
wouldn't
fair
you?
effort to hook a cuttle on a...
That's every bit of like 3-4 kilos there.
Yeah.
That's a big cuttlefish.
Who needs gummy?
Yeah. Now, a very good friend of Mate's Day on the Bay, which used to be an annual event before COVID came along by the Future Fish Foundation. Ashley Van Dufflin, he's just a champion. And he got out on the weekend and got a lovely flathead off Coronella. Well done, Ash.
Good, yeah, good on you, Ash. That's a good
Ash
fish.
was trying to ring us at the shop today and we were a bit busy, so I couldn't get hold of him. But anyway, there's the photo, Ash, and you're looking at champion, mate. You're not looking any older than you were about 5 years ago. So you're looking good.
Killing it, Ash.
You'd know Ash, wouldn't you? He used to come in the shop.
Oh, maybe.
He didn't have the beard, I don't think, back then.
Yeah. That's
But
a good
anyway,
flatty.
on your Ash. Now, I'll tell you what. 2 kids this week have sent in 59 centimetre flathead.
Wow.
Must be it's the going length.
Yeah.
Or something. The first one was Leo Beach. Have a look at this, 59 centimetre flatty off Frankston.
It's a good one.
How good's that? I love it when people send in the flathead photos.
Those bay flatties are definitely getting to a consistent healthy size now.
Yeah. 59's a
59's
bit
a
dusky
quick,
at late tide,
yeah,
isn't
exactly.
it?
Yeah.
So well done, young man. And then the next one, Kyle Peacock. Have a look at this. Well done, Kyle. We're going to look at Kyle. There you go.
Oh,
Now
nice.
listen to this.
That's a good pick.
Darren's his dad, and he writes, here are 2 pictures. I couldn't put them both on TV. Sorry about that, Kyle. But 2 pictures of the flatties my son caught off the rock wall at Altona boat ramp on Monday, which was yesterday. He caught them on a soft plastic that he casts and retrieves all on his own. I only had to assist with the net. They were both safely released, so he's teaching him well. Good on you, Darren. The other photo was a rock flathead of 50 centimetres.
No, was it
On
really?
a soft plastic.
No.
And then the blue spot or the yank, that one was his PB 59 centimetres. How good is that? Anyway, well done to you, young man. Good on you, Kyle.
Yeah, that's a great
That
effort.
is good.
There you go. Need to chase them on plastic
Yeah,
tape.
take it.
I know.
Plastics out.
Now the variety continues.
Here we go.
Hey, we've had this as I think a hotspot for the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Yep.
The snapper. It's 18 degrees. It is
It's
perfect
still all right.
for the
Yeah,
snapper.
yeah.
However, Sam Giaquinta, this is his PB snapper,
Oh, that's a good one.
caught at the end of April off Mount Martha, 92 centimetres.
Nice.
That'd have to be going close to the 20 pound.
20
wouldn't it?
pound, I reckon.
I'm
That'd have
surprised
to
he didn't
be.
weigh it. Like it's a horse of a
Yeah,
thing.
it's a big snapper.
In his email, he called it for 20 pound.
Yeah.
I don't know whether
Oh,
he
okay,
weighed it
yeah.
or not, but
It's a big snapper.
that is a big snapper.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
There you go.
You've got to be happy with
He's
that.
the snapper.
Gets better. I reckon there's about 60 pound in this photo. Adam and Bo, have a look at this snapper off Mornington this time. Cracking,
Nice.
big.
Look at that. Incredible.
cracking fish.
Look at the
They're
weather.
all
It looks
big.
like summer in the background.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know where you went up to whatever that town is.
Bridgewater, yes.
Bridgewater,
Yes.
on Saturday. Saturday was the most perfect day.
It was
Oh, it was
unbelievable.
beautiful, yeah.
warm.
Yep. And it stayed like that all day.
I couldn't catch a fish. Oh, we got some calamari.
Yeah.
I was chasing big whiting. Couldn't find
Yeah,
it.
see, we were stuck with the calamari.
Yeah. But anyway, what a beautiful day. And then
Gorgeous
to think,
day.
to think what today's like.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, good old Melbourne. A lovely part of the world. Now, I cannot believe where this fish was caught because Goffs Bay at Eildon, I reckon there would have been 3 million water skiers there on the weekend, right? But Jazz, have a look what Jazz caught, a lovely Murray cod in Goffs Bay.
That's a good
Oh,
news, right?
nice.
On your Jazz.
Beautiful fish.
Although there's no water skis in the background. But
No.
I went to Goffs Bay at Christmas.
Yeah.
Just for a drive. We were staying in Mansfield. And there was seriously 3 million water skiers in Goffs Bay.
Dodging each other.
Funny you say that. Bridgewater, though, out the front, it's a ski.
Oh, it's a ski club
Yeah,
and all
it's a
that,
ski,
isn't it?
like proper skiing, and the cods still bite. So
Yeah.
amazing.
doesn't really matter. They're not phased.
Oh, there you go. On your Jazz. I tell you what, this is a cracker. So the kids are out, and I know Shona's dad was very, very proud. But Shona Bagley got a lovely 52 centimetre salmon in Anderson's Inlet. The salmon are on fire
So, yeah, we
down at
spoke about
Inverloch.
Andos last week.
It was a
didn't
hot
we?
spot last week.
Yeah.
Not that it would have
You're on the money.
driven everyone there because you couldn't get accommodation.
No.
It was packed.
That's a good Sambo.
But anyway, all right, I've got to keep going. Have a look at this one. Rick Wagner got a lovely couple of gummy sharks at Port Welshpool.
Nice.
On your Rick.
Pigeon pear.
All right. And lucky last, the first swordfish for the season
Hello.
at Lakes Entrance. This was caught last Friday. Would have fed the whole town on Good Friday where you've got to eat fish all day. Gary McMahon, 131 kilo swordfish
That's
from
Wow.
Lakes Entrance.
There
So
would've been
good to see.
Would have been a few out there having a crack with the weather.
Yeah, not sure if any others caught
No,
though.
no, I didn't see if any others caught. But that's unreal.
But well done, Gary. If you'd like to send in a pic of your catch of the week, this is what you have to do.
If you want to be like me and have your photo on TV, email your fishing pics to info@ifish.com.au. Fish on!
I wanna go fishing.
And coming up next, fisheries news, including how to have your say on the upgrade to St Leonard's boat ramp. Next on Talking Fishing.
Talking fishing.
G'day, Callan here from Paul Worsling's Tackle World Cranbourne.
Supercharged batteries have been supplying maintenance-free marine batteries since 2001. The Seamaster Gold range is second to none, delivering superior starting power and reserve capacity. No need to top up with water, truly a fit and forget battery. With up to 2 years replacement warranty, you know you have quality. Your battery is your lifeline. Without it, you're dead in the water because it's bloody hard to push start.
I've got a Seamaster battery in my boat.
Make yours a Seamaster Gold today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
Live from the studios of Channel 31 Melbourne, it's now time for some very fishy news.
All right, this is going to get interesting. Love it. We get some interesting news. All right, so the first one is, the headline is Reefs 1 year on. Just over a year ago, the VFA built 3 recreational fishing reefs in the Geelong arm of Port Phillip. They were Wilson's Reef, that was named after Jeff Wilson in his honour of all the work he's done down at Geelong. Moolap Reef, which was a name of a traditional site, and Merv's Reef, which was after Merv Maguire, he was the inaugural CEO of the Rex Hunt Future Fish Foundation, later on CEO at VR Fish and chairman of the Round Table. Each of these reefs were made from basalt and limestone and seeded with thousands of blue mussels and native oysters to increase biodiversity. The goal was to create homes for species like snapper, whiting, calamari to make your fishing even better for the future. Let's have a look at the video of this one is, now I've got it here. This one's Wilson's Reef. Have a look at this. You wouldn't know.
Straight up snapper everywhere.
Well, but look at the growth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the growth.
So that's just 1 year.
The reefs are now abundant with marine life and schools of pinky snapper, as can be seen in this video. And have a look at the ray there.
Wow.
The reefs were funded as part of the state government's $35 million Go Fishing Victoria plan, which included $2.5 million for extra reefs in Port Phillip. Just sensational.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good footage.
Toby's
Everyone's mates.
there for you, Dave.
Nice puffer fish there.
I'll tell you what, you want to burley up for them, wouldn't you?
Oh, look at that. Some natives.
Oh yeah, no, it's got all the ingredients
Yeah.
to just be a sensational reef for generations to come. I mean, you don't throw those in, and there's nothing to destroy them anymore.
Yeah.
They are just going to become just unbelievable habitat for fish.
It's only a year on as well. How good's that?
So that's pretty
Wonderful.
It's a win.
good. Tell you what, that's one down.
That's what we need, more structure in the water.
We do, absolutely. All right, this one, I'll tell you, this is good because we've still got a week of school holidays, haven't we?
Yep.
We sure
A week
do.
and a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's Anzac Day long weekend. So if you're a tradie, you take a long weekend for about 18 days.
Yeah.
At the
They
moment.
do.
So
That's what
you're a tradie.
I am, but I'm not on the tools anymore, so I don't get the
You don't
full...
get 18 days
No,
straight for
no.
taking 3 RDOs.
No, back today, unfortunately.
Oh, I'll tell you what, my son and son-in-law are both on 18 days off, I think. But anyway, if you're sitting at home bored, have a look at this. This bloke here has been putting some trout in the water. What a great way to end the week, which was last week, with the Easter holidays. To make your time with the kids extra fun, VFA have stocked Eildon Pondage, Marysville Lake and Yarrambat Lake with catchable size rainbow trout. Eildon Pondage got 1,000. Look at the trout in that photo. Marysville Lake got 450. Now that's a puddle. And Yarrambat Lake got 300. At Yarrambat, they also stock 7 rainbow broodfish weighing around 3 kilos, while some of the trout stocked at Marysville were slightly bigger than the usual at 700 grams. It's all about getting the kids outside and having some fun. So if you're bored, and I know it's raining, I know it's cold, but that's when the trout bite best. Where are we? Over here. 1,000 into Eildon Pondage, Marysville Lake 450, Yarrambat Lake 300 rainbow trout. How good is that?
Yeah, tomorrow's the perfect day to do that.
Yeah.
Nice and cool.
Yeah, and I think we've got it does return to sunshine later on the week,
Yeah.
but it's like tops of 18 or something. It's not
It's not like
it's still
not like the
29,
weekend.
didn't we, on Sunday?
Got warm, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as it's still mild.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure it's going to be mild. Friday's the coldest night of the year so far. It's gonna
Yeah, it's going to
10.
get below 10, isn't it? So, yeah.
It's going to be cold. Put the electric blanket on.
Oh, come on now.
And wear the Ugg boots. You'll be wearing Ugg boots to work, won't you?
No, you got to go to work to wear Ugg boots.
All right, okay, we won't go there. St Leonard's boat ramp upgrade is the headline. Let's put a video. This is a great little video of St Leonard's showing the boat ramp. Now, there's going to be a big upgrade here because there's issues there.
Yep.
There's already been a bit of feedback, but to date, Better Boating Victoria have heard from boaters that the ramp needs better parking, more shelter from wave action, improved access at all tides, and then it can become dangerous in certain weather conditions. I can imagine an easterly, it'd be pounded there. So in order to progress designs for a future upgrade and better understand the concerns of those who use the ramp and the local community, the Better Boating Victoria has released a pre-designed survey, and it consists of a few short questions that will help shape the design process. The survey is open for 3 weeks. We're a little bit late in presenting that, so it's open till the 26th of April. To access the survey, you saw that website on the video there. It's betterboating.vic.gov.au/consultation. Now, I got onto that today. 6 very easy questions. So if you've got any interest in St Leonard's boat ramp, get on there. betterboating.vic.gov.au/consultation. Have your say. That's going to be a great project in the next sort of 6 months or so. That'll all start. So, all right, this will be fun as well. This discussion.
I'm looking forward to this one.
So we talk about Devil Bend all the time.
Yep.
It's a great little waterway on the Mornington Peninsula, located between Mornington and Hastings.
Yep.
And it took many years to convince the Victorian government to put. They stocked trout in there years and years ago.
Yeah.
But to convince the authorities, particularly Parks Victoria, who have a reputation for closing places and locking the Victorian public out of public land, they actually opened it up for fishing. And it's stocked very well with trout, which are hard to catch,
Yep.
but it's stocked very well with estuary perch.
Correct.
Yeah.
Would have gone really well in there.
Now, Nikki, last week we had 2 young guns sitting in the seats over there, Ben and Harry.
Yep.
And Ben is a fishaholic. All right, there's no doubt about it. He just every spare minute he goes out and fishes. He went down to Devil Bend over the weekend, and at 7:20 at night, have a look at the the brown trout that Ben got. Oh. That is the biggest trout ever seen out of Devil Bend Reservoir.
That's a big trout.
If anyone's going to catch it, Benny was.
There you go.
All right.
He's put in the time. Maybe it's, night time that you got to target them.
Yeah, I don't know. But that's the biggest brown trout that I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, the trout have become notoriously hard to catch in Devil Bend.
Because of the weed?
I don't know. Potentially, because the weed growth around the edges.
Yeah.
But I think the introduction of the estuary perch as well, not so much because it's having an adverse effect on the trout, it's just the perch are so much more aggressive.
Yeah.
And accurately aggressive than what a trout is.
So for a lure or bait, they're going to hit it first before the trout.
They are, and they're in, obviously, perch being a schooling fish as well. You find a little patch, a trout's not getting anywhere near that lure. The perch are just going to get to it.
So would you say most people are targeting the perch more now than trout.
This day and age, I don't know, because Devil Bend still has quite a large contingency of fly fishers fishing there too. And they are getting just as many perch, if not more, than they are trout. Yeah. But they would be there targeting the trout.
Well, when you say that, Eds, we don't see a lot of photos of trout, though.
No, we don't. But I don't know. I think that might be a fly fishing thing, though, because when's the last time we saw consistent reports of anyone fly fishing? Yet we know it's been a huge growth area in recreational fishing since the flood's broken. There's a lot more water.
So I want to open up the discussion, right? Should Devil Bend, because the Premier of Victoria, Daniel Andrews, sat in the Talking Fishing Studios in 2018 and said he would take a look at Tarago and he'd take a look at Devil Bend to put boats with electric motors on.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to show you some photos, right? Have a look at this. This is Devil Bend Reservoir, right? And which is a considerable size waterway.
Yep.
You'd be surprised how big it is. And there's a red circle on that map there. Let's zoom in and have a look at the next slide. And I'll tell you what's in that red circle. That's a boat ramp.
Ah.
All right, so you can take the track down the right-hand side of your screen on the property.
Yeah.
And then it cuts across and then it leads down to a boat ramp. An old boat ramp for Melbourne Water to put their boat on and go and inspect when it was part of a water supply. Now it's no longer a water supply. I went there once with fisheries and we did some stocking and I went out on the boat. We would have been doing 30 knots. Like obviously we had a permit and we could do it. But that is a great place to put a boat. Now I'm not suggesting that you should be allowed to do 30 knots and I'm not suggesting that you can just go and have a free-for-all. But what I'm saying is, to get access to these obviously fantastic trout that are out there, this is a waterway that should allow boats with electric motors on it. And I would say from experience, from being out in a boat in Devil Bend, because not many people have experienced that, you could have at least 50 boats on that waterway and actually fish comfortably trolling on an electric motor for big brown trout.
Wow.
I think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And have a look at what's developed huge, say somewhere like Parrambeet, where the casting part of trout fishing, it's been huge casting topwater over the weed bed for some of the biggest trout you've ever seen at Parrambeet in the last few years. There's no reason Devil Bend couldn't be the same. And I think the only way to access it consistently for those fish is to allow boats on there. It also gives the VFA more reason to continue the stocking of trout there.
Yes.
I think it would be easy for them to get carried away with putting the perch in because they've gone exceptionally well and they are going to get bigger and they're going to get targeted more. It could be a trophy trout fishery as well.
Could be, couldn't it?
Yep, 100% it could.
I wouldn't have thought that brown trout existed that were that big, but young Ben's proved us wrong. They're good fish. So anyway, potential for a there's already a boat ramp. You just need the access to it.
A big future there.
Yeah, it's great. And I've got to say, I don't think it'll do much for the environment damage-wise. I mean, before fishing was allowed there, I won't call them environmentalists, the alarmists said that the sea eagles that live there were going to die. The only way they're going to die is choke on an 8-kilo trout. Like, seriously, there has been no harm so far, and these people have got to be shut down and maybe a great fishery for boat traffic might be Devil Bend Reservoir. All right, coming up next, product of the week. We also head into the kitchen with Cara. That's next on Talking Fishing.
Talking Fishing.
Good morning, spotters. Stephanie speaking.
Product of the week, brought to you by Tackle World.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
Now, with all the big calamari, Dave, that we saw in fishing reports from the weekend, I couldn't resist but to have another look at the Cephia Flash Boost squid jigs, which have been a massive, massive thing in the squid jig market over the last couple of years. And recently, there's 3 new colours that I don't think we've covered on the show before. So they're on your screen right now, and they are based off the ever popular 14T white. Just the most basic squid jig you've ever seen in your life. Yes.
When all this fails,
you just put that on.
Oh, you always go. You always go the 14T.
That's right. If it's a clear day with clear water, it's the first squid jig, and I'd almost guarantee it's the last one that'll be on at the end of the trip as well. But I really wanted to talk about the little flash boost mechanism inside of these squid jigs as well. To refresh everybody's memory, 2 micro springs hold a reflective bit of plastic that sits in between.
Hang on, this is built into the body of the squid jig.
Actually, I'm holding up the smallest one.
You can see it a bit, hold the big one up.
I'm mucking you around there. I'll hold up the big one so you can see it. Oh yeah, you can see it.
Look at that.
No way.
Yep, there is 2 micro springs that sit at either side of the squid jig, and inside that, it's holding a reflective bit of material that catches every bit of light and throws it in every direction imaginable. That's why these clear bodies with the flash boost in it is one of the most deadly things in squid jigs that we've seen in years.
It looks real.
Yep, it looks unbelievable. So with the colour range that exists at the moment...
Look at the other colour.
Look at
that. No, the other one.
Well, there's your more shrimpy type pattern with a little bit of rainbow, which has been a staple in squid jig colours as well.
Yeah.
Can we zoom in on that one? Does that one...
Yeah, that one does it too.
Yeah. So I think as a clear water jig, there isn't much better on the market.
No.
And that... Something so simple...
Hang on, how do they make these?
I don't know. It's just a little bit of class and a little bit of care and a little bit of thinking outside the box, because it seems like a really easy concept, but to actually make it functional within a lure that's that big is next level, and we've seen the difference and how it results in squid jig captures down here in Victoria. So that's the flash boost. There's the 3 newest additions to the colour range. And an honourable mention, Dave, for Product of the Week, because I was squid fishing on the weekend. If you don't own some sort of clip, so these quick clips, you don't have to actually undo them. You just roll your squid jig on and off. And I am one that's guilty for changing the squid jig colour every time I have 10 casts and nothing happens.
Oh, 100%. That's what you got to do.
This makes it so
You'd
ridiculously
never tie
easy.
a squid jig on ever again, would you?
No. And listen, I understand why people hesitate at using clips, but for what a squid... Well, in smaller lures, the weight distribution is so perfect to get the optimal action. Any little bit of extra weight can be detrimental, not in a squid jig. In case anyone hasn't noticed, a squid jig's got a big chunk of weight right at the head of the squid jig anyway. Those tiny clips are not going to add any weight that's going to affect the swimming action of these. If you haven't started using clips for squid jigs in particular, have a go. They're the best things ever. Various different sizes. Always go with the smallest that you can get away with or more comfortable with. But if you have to use a bigger clip because your eyesight's maybe not as good as what it used to be, don't stress. It is not going to do anything to the squid jigs. It's just going to make your life easier.
Yeah.
You're not cutting away your nice, expensive fluorocarbon leader either.
No, you're just changing jigs way too easy. So there you go. That's flash boost and any sort of clip.
I want to know how they make them, how they get those 2 springs and the bit of foil in there.
Pretty cool.
Now, Nikki,
yes,
you went away with Cara on the weekend.
I did. We went up to Bridgewater on the Loddon River, so it was really exciting. Did
you do any fishing?
We did. They weren't playing game that much, but we got a few cod, mostly bait fishing. We tried for lures too, but when I left on Sunday and the weather was about to turn, obviously on the Monday, they did fire, so they did get a few more. So,
but I did get a text message from Cara going, "There's no cooking session this week because we're away camping and." I don't know whether she was on the booze or...
No, I can confirm there was plenty of cooking going on, just not being filmed.
So
we had fish burgers on the Friday, don't you worry. So,
did you?
Pink from my pinky snapper from the base.
Oh, that's right, I saw that.
Well, I'll tell you what, I said to Kev today, Big Kev, who produces the show in the background, he goes, I'll just pick something anyway. He's picked one. We're going back to the old kitchen. The kids are in it, but they're a year younger. Anyway, kids, enjoy this. Here's Cara in the kitchen.
This week I'm cooking with Cara. There's kids in the kitchen.
And we've got a fantastic recipe that even the kids can do. This recipe is currently sweeping the internet. It's a baked feta and tomato. We're going to turn it into a spaghetti marinara in a few easy, simple steps. Into a baking tray, we're going to add 2 to 3 punnets of cherry tomatoes. We've got a beautiful variety here. And if you're using whole tomatoes, just chop them up. Into here, we're going to sprinkle some salt and pepper. I've got some beautiful fresh thyme leaves. Just going to throw those in. And we're also going to sprinkle across some oregano. Chopped up Spanish onion. Now guys, your hands are going to get into this. I want you to start mixing, please. And I'm going to add some olive oil.
Oh.
Mix that all up. Get right in there, kiddos.
The tomatoes are all slippery.
My little helpers have done a great job at mixing this. Now we're going to place our feta into the centre. We'll just clear a little space there. A little drizzle just over the feta there of the oil. And a little bit more of the oregano. And this can go straight into a hot oven of 180 for 25 to 30 minutes. Then we're going to add our marinara mix and get our pasta on the stove. We've just pulled the tomato dish out of the oven. I'm going to remove our sprigs of thyme. The flavours would have well and truly infused. And now we are going to add our marinara mix. We've got some calamari, prawns, salmon. There's some whitefish in here, just beautiful. All right, darling. Place those around. Be careful to touch the sides because it's super hot. So then we will pop this back into the oven for 12 minutes. We don't want to overcook this beautiful seafood. And then we're going to add the pasta archer, that pasta there, and that's going to take 3.5 minutes to cook. So we'll pop that in so it all times perfectly. This is where we turn this beautiful dish into the sauce and then add our pasta. So our feta should have melted, and look at that. Press that down with a spoon, beautiful. It's all softened, and it's as simple as spooning and stirring the rest of it together to form the sauce. In with the pasta, and our dish is complete. We'll just give that a little stir through, and we're ready to plate up. And there you have it, our twist on a spaghetti marinara. Not exactly authentic, but you'll have to agree that was a pretty easy one to put together. Kids, does this beat homeschooling?
Definitely.
All right, dig in. Who wants to try some?
Me.
Let me know what you think.
Mmm.
Good.
Delicious.
Delicious. Well, I think that's a winner.
Archer needs to learn how to do the slurp, doesn't he? Like you suck up that spaghetti, eh?
No, he's good.
What. Anyway, well done, kids, and that was filmed last year during lockdown.
That's my type of recipe, that one.
Yeah,
Just
quick
throw
and
everything
easy,
in.
yeah.
Look good. Coming up next, Kramer's mailbag. Plenty more next on Talking Fishing.
Talking fishing.
G'day, Callan here from Paul Worsland's Tackle World Kramer.
Supercharged batteries have been supplying maintenance-free marine batteries since 2001. The Seamaster Gold range is second to none, delivering superior starting power and reserve capacity. No need to top up with water, truly a fit and forget battery. With up to 2 years replacement warranty, you know you have quality. Your battery is your lifeline. Without it, you're dead in the water because it's bloody hard to push start.
I've got a Seamaster battery in my boat.
Make yours a Seamaster Gold today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
And welcome back to Talking Fishing. Nikki, Adam with us for the next half hour or so we've got left.
What's in the bag?
Well, I'll tell you what,
Mixed bag.
you know how the VFA, well, they recently opened the fish cleaning table at Patterson Lakes, and before that Hastings,
Yep.
there's the sewage systems and all the scraps going there, and then there's bins that I think Hastings, when it opened, the council didn't empty them for 9 days. So anyway, I don't know if you read the Herald Sun at all, but yesterday they always have a reader's pick, and the reader sent in a pic of Tooradin yesterday, and it was of the fish bins at the Tooradin fish cleaning table. And I think there should be more of these. Have a look at that. I think every fish cleaning table in Victoria should have like 20 pelicans.
What a great idea.
Why do you need bins? Seriously, Delp, Parks, just get over it and let the pelicans eat the fish guts. Hey, isn't that good? That was in the Herald Sun yesterday.
That's a great pick.
Tooradin. Sensational. Hey?
Yeah, I love it.
You don't even need to pay them. Not like the council workers to empty the bins every 9 days. I mean, that's all you need. Anyway, little bit of feedback because we're trying to find out the names of the 16 bays in.
Oh yeah, how are we going?
Port Phillip.
Yep.
Well, Nepean Bay's one that we didn't have on the list, so I don't know.
Oh, we got an extra found an
Maybe
extra
that's
bay.
Shark Bay. Maybe that replaces that. But a couple of comments. Leslie says Jalul Bay is between Mornington and Safety Beach, so we didn't have that one.
Yep.
And Paul and Nicole both pointed out that Stingray Bay is in Geelong. So there you go. Thank you very much to Paul and Nicole. All right, now Warren writes in. And he goes, I've got no doubt you hear this all too often, and I don't know what the answer is short of policing ramps and issuing fines. But with limited parking available for cars with boat trailers at some boat ramps to park while enjoying a day out in the water, far, far too many cars without boat trailers are taking up this valuable and limited resource. This is an all too familiar problem and is highlighted during peak times on public holidays and long weekends like it was over Easter. It is not uncommon for boat owners to drive 1 or 2 hours to their boat, with their boat to get to their destination boat ramp, only to find parking difficult at best and impossible at worst, all because of selfish or uneducated people wanting to park their cars close to avoid a walk. While I appreciate that maintaining boat ramps themselves is a challenging aspect of providing the Victorian boating community with the required facilities, a well-maintained boat ramp will be avoided by the boating community if boat trailer parking is incorrectly taken up by vehicles without boat trailers. Very good point, Warren.
Great point.
What's the answer to that?
I think once you've had to try and find a park for a trailer, you understand how difficult it is, and then you always leave them free when you don't have a trailer. But look, it's a hard situation. Maybe there just needs to be more parking in general, and maybe that's something that Better Boating need to look at as well.
I had a bit of a hookup with a few people that were on the Minister's Boating Committee a while back, and we got together only 2 weeks ago and just had a chat about how does the Victorian government get more boat ramps, a new boat ramp or more parking? And you know what? There's not a lot of land available. So you go, what do you want? An extra 100, 200 car parks at a boat ramp?
Where are they going to go?
The land's not available. It's a real problem now. Better Boating have done a big study about where is available. There's no magic answer.
No, it's a tricky thing. I mean, either educate or fine or both.
Anyway, thanks, Warren. If next time you write to us, you can come up with a solution. That'd be great. All right, Peter. Now, this is Peter with Port Phillip Bay. Do you want to read it? Seriously, I can't do it. What's Peter got to say this time?
First of all, Peter apologises that we were all quite surprised and somewhat offended by the strong language and the strong undertone in the last email in regards to Port Phillip Bay. I just want to say, I'm not.
No, read it.
Well,
do you want me to read it?
No. Look, being born and lived around Port Phillip for a very long time, I find it offensive that the word bay is placed on the end of Port Phillip. After a while, you'd be pretty annoyed, that's edited by myself on the fly there, annoyed if everybody started calling you by another name or forever called you Crummer. as an example.
I don't mind that.
Been called worse. Maybe as a start, say Port Phillip Harbour. Whilst still wrong, it's more correct than Bay.
So we should start calling it Port
So,
Phillip Harbour.
listen, Pete, I just want to say...
Did he go on?
It does, but basically he's just saying we're a little bit disrespectful and maybe some of our sponsors might like to hear that we can't get the names right. But
they're going to leave us in our droves.
Pete, I just want to say, mate, I have never, ever heard of anyone more passionate about where they live and grow up than yourself, and I've got to tip the cap to that.
Yep.
But if you're that passionate, how come you're still happy for us to call it something that it's not in Port Phillip Harbour?
We might get another letter, with someone else that's really upset about the harbour comment. So we need to keep balance here, I think.
Why don't we call it Harbour until we get a complaint?
Yeah.
You right?
We'll see.
Port Phillip Harbour.
Pete, we hear that this is a tough one. And do you feel the same way about people calling Western Port Bay?
It's just, you know what, I just say get over it because it's just one of those things, right? It's habit. Whether it's right or wrong, it's a bit... I liken it to, people call an esky an esky. Esky's the brand.
It's the brand,
right,
right?
That's right.
People in England call a vacuum cleaner a Hoover.
Yeah.
It's not a Hoover.
Again,
And it's a vacuum cleaner, but it's Hoover's a brand. Port Phillip Bay, everyone calls it that. So, and we're gonna talk the language.
And at least you know when we say Port Phillip Bay, it's got nothing to do with being offensive or arrogant or anything more than just habit.
Nikki, can I just ask you?
Yes.
Your fishing club, Preston and Northcote Angling Club, turns 100 this year.
Yes, we do.
Was Peter a founding member? No, I'm just checking.
No, I don't
There
think,
you go.
I don't think it was.
There's your ammo for Kramer's Mailbag next week.
Just to clarify, we also call it Port Phillip Bay at the
You
club.
don't.
So
A 100-year-old
I know.
club.
I better not say that. But
I want you to go to your next committee meeting and
Changing
move
the
a motion because
constitution.
you've got to do the proper
you got to move a
things.
motion. Yes,
Right.
correct. Yep.
Move a motion.
You need a
to
seconder?
Call it Port Phillip Harbour from now on. See how you go. All right. What's this one? This is from Arthur. Love you, Arthur. Hi, David. Love your show. I'd love to make a nice timber rod holder and notice the one behind you. Would you mind taking a couple of photos and sending to me? Well, I'll tell you what. I've got the phone here. I'm going to do that during the break.
It's a nice one.
From Arthur. Well done, mate. We'll do that. So, anyway, if you'd like to write into Kramer's Mailbag, this is what you do.
Send your mail to Kramer's Mailbag, PO Box 734, Patterson Lakes, Victoria 3197, or email kramer@ifish.com.au.
And coming up, hotspots and plenty more next on Talking Fishing.
Talking fishing.
The Beaumaris Motor Yacht Squadron is a trailer boat and social club on Port Phillip Bay. The club has a great range of facilities, including multiple boat ramps, ample car and trailer parking, boat wash and fish cleaning, fishing competitions and boat safety lectures, boating activities and club events, a restaurant and 2 bars. Easy launch and retrieval makes for a relaxing time on the water for you, your family and friends to enjoy. And boating memberships are now available. The Beaumaris Motor Yacht Squadron, the best trailer boat experience on the bay.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
And now the segment you've all been waiting for, Fishing Hotspots, brought to you by the Beaumaris Motor Yacht Squadron, Melbourne's premier trailer boat club.
Welcome back to Talking Fishing. All right, the all-important hotspots. Now, the first one, we're going to talk about that place after we've done hotspots, Nikki, because you were there on the weekend. But the first one is St Leonard's. What a great place to go King George whiting fishing at the moment.
Yep. One of the few places going around where it only gets better for whiting fishing as it gets colder.
It becomes the capital in winter, doesn't
Yep.
it?
Yeah.
If you want to
Certainly
get
does.
them anywhere, you go to St Leonard's.
Yep.
Just absolutely fantastic. So get there. Great spot, and lots of people still there for the school holidays for another week. So now the snapper are going off, as you saw in Catch the Week earlier on. So Mornington is our next hotspot. Can I just say, Ads, the next big westerly blow, you'd be mad not to be on the rocks or Mornington Pier for the land-based. I know we get a lot of complaints about having no land-based hotspots.
You do want that westerly though, it's important.
And
it is important.
We've got some cold weather.
Yep.
Normally, that's a south or a southwesterly.
Yep.
We get a big blow, get down to Mornington Pier or Mornington Rocks and get yourself a big snapper from land-based, I tell you what. All right, you saw earlier on, and this is a hot spot, Tyab Bank. Calamari is the next hot spot. That will go off.
Yep.
The colder it gets, the better that'll get.
Size 3.5 jigs. Don't muck around.
There you go.
Go big.
It's not that deep there either, though.
No,
but you need the big jigs for
you
the big
do.
fish.
You get a bit of tidal current through there as well.
The next one, thanks to Captain Steve Johnson from Ace Fishing Charters, says that Tankerton is fishing very, very well for King George whiting.
Take a squid jig there too.
Lots of people headed west on the weekend.
Incredible what's going on here.
Warrnambool, Port Fairy, Portland.
Going off.
Port Mac.
Yeah.
A lot of people just over the border into South Australia. But the hot spot this week, Port Fairy. Could put the next slide up. There you go. Port Fairy is on fire. Barrel tuna. You don't have to go too far either.
Yep.
Harley from work went down again.
Yeah.
Got another barrel.
Spreader bars doing the trick on those big fish.
Every fish is on the spreader,
Spreader bar.
I mean, how do they catch fish without spreader bars being invented?
I don't know how they hold up, these spreader bars.
And I'll tell you what, a place that has been remarkable, given the amount of water that's flowed through and opened the entrance for the third time in a year, is Lake Tyers, because if you get on the Lake Tyers Fishing Group Facebook page, you will see big flathead and big brim everywhere.
Dave,
it's remarkable.
My question to you, because yes, that is remarkable. When Lake Tyers closes again, and it will, will those big silver trevally get trapped in there again?
Well, I think so. I mean, they come into the entrance when it's open.
When it's open.
And then they will hang around because it's closed and they want to get back out in the
And there's
salt.
so much food in there, and then it closes on them, and they can't get out.
Every chance. And you know, Trevally love it colder.
Yep.
They're only going to get better.
Yep.
Trevally Alley maybe again.
They'll be
And
back,
you may see some enormous tailor get in there too.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen, there was a drone footage shown from the weekend on that Facebook group, and the entrance is quite wide.
It'll take a while to shut down,
it's
it will shut again.
50 odd metres wide or something like that. Incredible. So, but anyway, there you go. That's the hotspots. Now, Nikki, you were down at St Leonard's on the weekend.
Yeah. So I had a gentleman come up to me and ask me about the pier, and he said, "Oh, I heard it's going to close." And I went, "Oh, I hadn't heard that." So I thought I'd investigate a bit more. And Parks Victoria website. It's not closing, but they're not recommending diving or spearfishing under the pier. So
why?
Well, they're scared about concrete falling down underneath, which is a bit of a worry. So is that a sign that the pier's going to have trouble to come? I'm worried myself, so I did look into it. But it's a bit of a concern. So
is St Leonard's Pier far from the boat ramp?
It's not that far. It's right in town. So the boat ramp's a little bit further south of town. But it's very heavily used, so it will affect a lot of people if it does ever get closed.
So what day were you there?
I was there on Monday.
Yep.
So plenty
how many
of
people on the pier?
There'd be at least 50 people on the pier.
They can't.
So
they can't keep shutting these assets.
No.
They've got to fix them.
So a problem's clearly been identified.
Yes.
But it's not bad enough that they need to close the pier.
Correct.
So what provisions are they putting in now? Is there a way they can repair it and keep the pier open? Is there a way they can repair it now and only shut it for a tiny amount of time to get it done, rather than wait till it's a disaster and it's gone for years? Because we have seen some
Parks Victoria will say that they've got no budget to fix it because they've got to have 3,000 people sitting in offices doing desktop studies on possums. So they haven't got because they haven't got the money to fix the piers.
There has to be a better system. There has to be. There's too many piers now that have been neglected for so long. They need to find a way, and I don't know how easy this is to do, Dave, but they need to find some sort of way to start putting funding away or getting funding, any sort of government funding or help to get the piers done now before they completely fall down and there is a disaster. Because someone will dive under there, not knowing and not being able to find that document.
Well, apparently there's meant to be signage. I didn't see any on the pier, but I mean, I can't say I was looking underneath or anywhere Yeah, but yeah, it's a worry.
There was swim under the pier to reach.
Just to let you know, there was plenty.
There
was at least 2 people. Yeah, there was 2 people under the pier. So whether they ignored the signs or didn't know, I'm not sure.
It's so dangerous.
The point is, it needs to be done.
They're in danger.
Right under the pier.
Yeah. But it needs to be done now, not when the thing collapses.
Yes, yeah. We're hoping. Hopefully, there's a plan in place.
Can I just say, would St Leonard's Pier be any more dangerous than Fisherman's Jetty at Mornington that's got a couple of loose boards?
Well, you would have thought loose boards might be a bit easier to fix than crumbling.
It's been closed for nearly 2 years.
No, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if they tightened the first bolt when it started getting loose, Dave, we might not be in this situation.
I'm tipping there's no sign to say look out overhead for falling timber, but you're still allowed to go snorkelling under Fisherman's Jetty.
Yeah, I don't know, Dave. It's a funny system that's we
got going on. I told you. If only, I'm just going to do the sums, right? If they only had, say, 2,800 people sitting at desks doing desktop studies on possums, I reckon they'd be able to... I just worked it out. They would have $10 million to fix St Leonard's Pier. If only 200 people stopped their desktop studies on possums, they would be able to fund the pier, Parks Victoria. So anyway, don't forget, if you want to be even more entertained live on a Saturday morning, 3MP Talking Fishing every Saturday morning from 6 till 7. I'll tell you what.
It's an early start on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, I know. But we're a podcast, but there is some big announcements to be made about Talking Fishing on 3MP within the next week. So I haven't even told you.
No, I don't even know yet.
It is big. Yeah. For the people in regional Victoria.
There you go.
Say that. So, all right, that's it. Thanks, Nikki. Next week, last show. That's it for Talking Fishing for now, though. We hope you enjoyed the show. Like I said, next week is our last episode of the season. We've got a very special guest in the studio. In fact, I think we've got 4. It'll be a big show. Make sure you join us next week. Until we see you again next week on Talking Fishing, please stay safe on the water and enjoy your fishing.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. We got all you need, just take a look. Watch those fish jump on your hook. So just relax and take your time. Enjoy the show, then drop us a line. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. Talking fishing.
Have a good weekend, Mr. Walker.
You too, son.